Have you ever looked at a long married couple and wondered why the love that once burned so brightly seems to have faded? Why do so many men, who once adored their wives, begin to feel frustration, resentment, or even indifference as they grow older? The reasons may surprise you, but they are deeply practical and rooted in everyday life. Watch until the end to uncover the key reasons behind the shift, because understanding them could help save your relationship or prevent these issues before they take root. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. The passage of time and changing expectations. One of the most fundamental reasons why men may begin to feel a sense of disconnect from their wives is the inevitable passage of time and the evolution of personal expectations. When two people first come together, drawn by love and passion, they often envision a future filled with happiness, adventure, and unwavering companionship. In those early days, there is an air of excitement, a shared sense of discovery as both partners learn about each other's hopes, dreams, and idiosyncrasies. Love in its initial stages is fueled by idealism, with both individuals eager to build a life together, believing that their bond will withstand any challenges that come their way. However, as the years pass, reality often takes the place of idealistic visions. Life presents obstacles, financial pressures, career demands, raising children, health concerns, and unforeseen hardships that test even the strongest of marriages. Over time, people change. They grow, develop new perspectives, and sometimes they evolve in different directions. What once brought them together so effortlessly may no longer feel as binding. The deep emotional connection that once felt unshakable may begin to wane as priorities shift and unspoken resentments build. In the early years of a relationship, couples often find each other's quirks charming or even endearing. A husband's admiration for his wife's spirited personality, her unwavering opinions, or her boundless energy may have once filled him with pride and excitement. But as time goes on, these same traits can be perceived differently. What was once seen as confidence might now feel like stubbornness. A habit that once seemed playful or amusing may, after years of repetition, become an irritation. Small differences that were easily overlooked in the honeymoon phase of the relationship may begin to feel like major sources of frustration. Furthermore, as people age, their expectations for love, companionship, and emotional fulfillment also shift. In the early stages of marriage, many men are more willing to tolerate certain behaviors, nagging, criticism, or minor disagreements, because their patience is often bolstered by love, attraction, and the excitement of a shared future. But as they grow older, they may find that their tolerance diminishes. What once felt like minor complaints may now feel like an exhausting cycle of negativity. Many men reach a point where they no longer have the patience to deal with constant bickering, judgment, or emotional tension. Instead of engaging in endless arguments, they may begin to withdraw, seeking peace and solitude rather than confrontation. Ultimately, the passage of time does not necessarily mean love fades, but it does mean that relationships require adaptation, effort, and mutual understanding. If a couple does not take the time to nurture their connection, address frustrations, and evolve together, they may find themselves drifting apart. Not because they no longer care, but because the person they married is no longer the same, and neither are they. 2. The changing roles and imbalance of responsibility. As men grow older, they often begin to notice shifts in the dynamics of their relationship, particularly in the division of responsibilities within the household. Traditionally, men have been seen as the primary providers, tasked with ensuring financial stability, while women have been expected to manage the home, care for the children, and oversee domestic affairs. However, as societal expectations evolve, many men find themselves grappling with a sense of imbalance, particularly when they feel that their efforts are not being met with equal contributions from their partners. This imbalance can become increasingly pronounced over time, especially when men feel the weight of expectations from both their professional and personal lives. The constant pressure to provide, support, and maintain stability can become overwhelming, particularly if they believe their sacrifices go unnoticed or unappreciated. A lack of emotional validation or reciprocal effort from their spouse can foster feelings of resentment, making it difficult to maintain a sense of partnership and mutual support in the marriage. Additionally, as responsibilities shift with age, men may begin to question whether their role is sustainable or if they are being unfairly burdened. They may compare their level of commitment to that of their spouse, assessing whether their contributions are proportionate or if they are carrying the bulk of the weight alone. This perception, whether accurate or not, can lead to growing frustration, emotional fatigue, and, in some cases, a sense of disconnection from their partner. If these feelings are not addressed, the accumulation of unspoken grievances can gradually erode the foundation of the relationship. Open communication, mutual appreciation, and a shared commitment to balancing responsibilities can help alleviate this strain, ensuring that both partners feel valued and supported as they navigate the evolving dynamics of their marriage. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Dissatisfaction in the intimate relationship. Physical intimacy is a fundamental aspect of a marriage, playing a significant role in fostering emotional closeness and strengthening the bond between partners. However, as couples age, numerous factors can contribute to shifts in their intimate relationship. Physiological changes, stress, emotional dynamics, and evolving priorities can all affect the frequency and quality of intimacy between spouses. For men, the natural aging process can bring about a decline in libido, hormonal changes, or health issues such as diabetes, cardiovascular problems, or chronic pain, all of which may impact their desire and ability to engage in sexual intimacy. Additionally, psychological factors like stress from work, financial concerns, or emotional exhaustion can further diminish their interest or capacity for physical closeness. On the other hand, men may perceive that their wives are less affectionate, less responsive, or no longer as engaged in their intimate relationship as they once were. Some women, particularly after years of marriage, may prioritize other aspects of life, such as family responsibilities, career demands, or personal well-being, leading to a decline in their willingness or enthusiasm for physical intimacy. Hormonal fluctuations, menopause, or emotional dissatisfaction can also contribute to a woman's decreased interest in sex, making her seem distant or uninterested in her husband's advances. When physical intimacy diminishes, it can create a profound emotional disconnect between partners. A husband who feels that his wife is no longer attracted to him or emotionally invested in their physical relationship may begin to experience feelings of rejection, inadequacy, or loneliness. Over time, this emotional gap can lead to frustration, disappointment, and even resentment. If left unaddressed, this growing dissatisfaction may cause a deeper strain on the marriage, potentially leading one or both partners to seek fulfillment elsewhere, emotionally or physically. Open communication, mutual understanding, and efforts to rekindle emotional and physical closeness are crucial in overcoming these challenges. Couples who acknowledge and address changes in their intimate relationship with empathy and effort are more likely to sustain a strong, fulfilling connection despite the inevitable shifts that come with time. 4. Unresolved conflicts and lack of communication. One of the most common yet often overlooked reasons marriages begin to deteriorate is a lack of effective communication. While relationships may start with deep conversations, shared dreams, and mutual understanding, over time, many couples fall into a routine where meaningful discussions become infrequent. As the marriage becomes more comfortable and predictable, partners may assume that certain issues will resolve themselves or that their spouse automatically understands their needs and concerns. Unfortunately, this assumption can create a dangerous cycle of unspoken frustrations and growing emotional distance. Small misunderstandings or disagreements that are ignored or brushed aside can accumulate over time, turning into larger, more deeply rooted issues. For men, in particular, the feeling that their thoughts, concerns, or emotions are not being acknowledged can lead to a gradual withdrawal from the relationship. When they sense that their efforts, whether in providing, problem-solving, or supporting the family, go unnoticed or unappreciated, they may start to disengage emotionally. This emotional detachment, if left unchecked, can create a domino effect, leading to dissatisfaction, frustration, and even resentment. The unresolved conflicts in a marriage can take many forms. Differences in financial priorities, opposing parenting styles, lack of intimacy, or even a failure to express gratitude and respect. What may seem like minor grievances at first can, over time, lead to a sense of emotional neglect. If a man begins to feel that his wife no longer understands, values, or fulfills his emotional needs, he may start to withdraw further, viewing the relationship as an unfulfilling or even hostile environment. In some cases, this emotional gap can develop into outright resentment, making it difficult to restore the closeness and affection that once defined the marriage. For a marriage to thrive, open and honest communication is essential. Addressing problems as they arise, validating each other's emotions, and making an effort to reconnect emotionally can prevent the gradual erosion of love and intimacy. However, when communication is consistently lacking and unresolved conflicts build up, the emotional bond between spouses can weaken, sometimes to the point where one partner begins to feel not just disconnected, but discontented, eventually leading to an emotional rift that may seem impossible to repair. 5. Personal growth and self-awareness. As people grow older, they often go through profound changes in their personal development, shaped by life experiences, shifting priorities, and newfound perspectives. Men, in particular, may experience a period of deep self-reflection as they navigate the later stages of life. This introspective phase can be triggered by a variety of factors, such as career transitions, the departure of children from the home, evolving social circles, or even the sobering realization that life is finite. These moments of contemplation can spark a desire to reevaluate past decisions, reconsider personal aspirations, and redefine their sense of purpose. During this journey of self-discovery, men may begin to reassess their relationships, questioning whether they are truly content or merely accustomed to a routine. They might find themselves craving greater independence, a renewed sense of adventure, or a deeper level of personal fulfillment beyond the confines of their marriage. In some cases, they may come to realize that, for years, they have placed their wife's needs, emotions, and happiness above their own, sometimes at the expense of their own dreams and personal well-being. If they perceive an imbalance in the relationship, where their efforts to nurture and grow the partnership have not been equally reciprocated, they may experience feelings of disillusionment, frustration, or even emotional detachment. For some, this realization becomes a catalyst for positive change, prompting open conversations, the pursuit of new interests, or a renewed effort to strengthen their relationship. For others, it may deepen a sense of dissatisfaction, leading them to seek fulfillment in new experiences, friendships, or personal endeavors. Regardless of the outcome, this stage of personal growth is an important and often inevitable part of aging, encouraging men to embrace their evolving identities and make choices that align with their true selves. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 6. Changes in physical appearance and attraction. Attraction within a relationship is a deeply complex and evolving aspect that can be influenced by a variety of factors, both physical and emotional. Over time, as women age, they naturally experience changes in their physical appearance. These changes may include weight fluctuations, the development of wrinkles, shifts in skin texture, or even alterations in body shape due to hormonal changes. While these transformations are a normal part of aging, they can sometimes impact the way their husbands perceive them, particularly if there is a noticeable decline in self-care or a lack of effort to maintain intimacy and attraction. For some men, physical attraction is closely linked to the level of attention their wives give to their appearance and overall well-being. If they perceive that their wives are no longer making the same effort as they once did, whether in terms of grooming, dressing up, or engaging in romantic activities, it may create feelings of disconnection or dissatisfaction. Beyond just appearance, attraction is also rooted in emotional and physical intimacy. A woman who becomes less affectionate, less engaged in meaningful conversation, or more distant in daily interactions may inadvertently contribute to her husband's sense of emotional neglect. Over time, if a man begins to feel that he is no longer desired, appreciated, or romantically valued by his wife, it can have a profound effect on his emotional connection with her. The absence of verbal affirmations, physical affection, or shared moments of intimacy can make him feel overlooked or unimportant in the relationship. This emotional void, if left unaddressed, can foster frustration, disappointment, and even resentment. When attraction starts to fade, whether due to physical changes, emotional detachment, or a lack of effort in maintaining connection, both partners may begin to feel the strain. It is important to acknowledge that relationships require continuous nurturing, communication, and mutual appreciation to sustain the bond that once brought them together. 7. Financial stress and lifestyle pressures. One of the most common and persistent sources of strain in a marriage is financial stress. As couples grow older, financial responsibilities tend to evolve, bringing new challenges that can create tension if not managed effectively. The pressure to save for retirement, pay off existing debt, cover everyday expenses, and support children's education or well-being can weigh heavily on both partners. If a couple has not established a shared financial plan, or if their spending and saving habits significantly differ, conflicts can arise, leading to frustration and resentment over time. Men, in particular, may feel an increased burden when it comes to providing financial stability, especially if they perceive themselves as the primary breadwinner. If they feel their efforts are not appreciated or believe their spouse is not contributing fairly, whether financially or in terms of managing household expenses, it can breed resentment. This resentment can deepen if one partner is perceived as being reckless with money, overly demanding, or unwilling to make sacrifices for the financial well-being of the household. Additionally, lifestyle expectations can exacerbate financial stress. One partner may prioritize frugality and saving for the future, while the other might value a more comfortable, indulgent lifestyle in the present. If these differing priorities are not openly discussed and reconciled, it can lead to ongoing disputes about spending, budgeting, and financial planning. The strain of unresolved financial conflicts can magnify existing dissatisfaction within the relationship. Over time, financial struggles may erode emotional intimacy, as both partners become more focused on blame and frustration rather than working together toward a common financial goal. If left unaddressed, these tensions can drive a deeper wedge between spouses, ultimately weakening the foundation of the marriage. 8. The need for respect and appreciation. One of the most fundamental emotional needs for men in a marriage is respect. While love and companionship are essential, many men deeply value being treated with dignity, appreciation, and consideration by their wives. As they grow older, men often become increasingly aware of how they are treated within the marriage. They may start to notice patterns of communication, tone, and behavior that either reinforce their sense of worth or gradually chip away at their confidence and emotional security. If a man feels consistently disrespected, whether through constant criticism, dismissive attitudes, or controlling behavior, he may begin to experience a deep sense of dissatisfaction. A marriage should be a partnership built on mutual respect, but when one partner dominates decision-making, belittles the other's opinions, or disregards their contributions, it can create a growing divide. This lack of respect can make a man feel insignificant, as though his thoughts, feelings, and efforts are not valued. Over time, this can lead to emotional withdrawal, frustration, and even resentment. When a man perceives that his role in the relationship is diminished, he may start to pull away, becoming emotionally disengaged and distant. The enthusiasm and investment he once had in the marriage may wane, not necessarily because he has stopped loving his wife, but because he feels unappreciated. If he believes that his needs, desires, and perspectives are not being acknowledged, he might begin to detach emotionally, seeking validation elsewhere, whether in work, hobbies, friendships, or even, in some cases, outside relationships. Respect in marriage is not about blind obedience or submission, but about recognizing each other's worth, listening to one another, and appreciating each other's efforts. When both partners feel valued and respected, they are more likely to cultivate a strong, loving, and enduring connection that can withstand the challenges of time. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 9. The desire for change and new experiences. As men grow older, they often experience a deep yearning for change, new experiences, and a shift from their familiar routines. This longing is not necessarily about dissatisfaction with their current lives, but rather an innate desire to break free from monotony, rediscover themselves, and embrace new challenges or adventures. It can manifest in various ways. Some may seek travel, new hobbies, career shifts, or even a more flexible lifestyle that allows them to explore different aspects of life they may have previously set aside. This desire for change is often linked to personal growth and self-discovery. As men reflect on their past and consider their future, they may feel an increasing urge to make the most of their remaining years. They might want to reconnect with passions they once had, take risks they previously avoided, or simply step out of their comfort zones. However, if their wives do not share or support these aspirations, or worse, dismiss them outright, men can begin to feel constrained within their marriages. This is not necessarily an indication that they dislike or no longer love their wives. Instead, it is a reflection of their evolving needs and a desire for greater independence in certain areas of life. But when these needs are ignored or met with resistance, feelings of frustration, restlessness, or even resentment can start to build. Over time, if these emotions remain unaddressed, they can create emotional distance within the marriage, making men feel as though their personal growth is being stifled rather than encouraged. A healthy and lasting relationship often requires adaptability and understanding from both partners. When a man expresses a need for change, a supportive and open-minded approach from his spouse can help strengthen their bond rather than weaken it. By recognizing and addressing these desires together, couples can find ways to nurture both their aspirations and their shared journey, ensuring that their marriage remains fulfilling and enriching for both partners. Now that we've explored the practical reasons behind this shift in relationships, what have you learned so far? Have you noticed any of these patterns in your own life or the people around you? Comment below and share one key takeaway from this video, something you've learned and will apply to your own life moving forward. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful discussions. Let me know if you'd like any tweaks.